at approximately 1:45 EST God's time, 6:45 p.m. UTC for our in the Euros on the other side of the pond. And what's happening? We got a nice little pump, and then stocks start going up, crypto starts going down. It's still
Weekend
up.
weekend crypto front ran everything, and then it went up so much that it's time to dump. 10%, it's too much.
We always front run up and down. Doesn't matter the direction.
Yeah.
It's the last free market, dude. No, there's this whole thing. There's a whole study and research done, but like overnight carry on stocks is like a huge thing. The market moves, during the night,
Yep.
technically, right? So when it reopens, you have, large gaps up or down, but mostly to the upside, especially in tech or in most assets in the last fucking few decades in the US at least. And so you have this thing in crypto. Well, everything else is fucking closed, and you need to, people need to make their bets over the weekend. And the last free market is crypto, the only thing that's open. You're not changing the world with prediction markets, so might as well bet on crypto during the weekend. We're not down that bad.
No.
We're down a good trad 5.9% in ETH. Bitcoin's still green. We're down considerably if you call it like 10 days ago. We're down like a lot, but over the weekend, people have small brains.
What's up with these large option flows that came in? I saw some. This is March, so I'm not too scared, but there were a whole bunch of. Oh, you know what? Actually, this is end of November. End of November. Uh, 80K,
Ooh,
1,760 contracts.
how many? 1,700?
Yep,
I'm
almost
hearing
Um,
at 98K the bull run is over.
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I think the guys on the All In pod kind of said it right on Friday. We used to have this seasonality in TradFi where they take a break in December. They start rolling all of their stuff early and closing early, and now they're closing earlier and earlier, booking wins, doing the tax loss harvesting in mid-November. So I would say that we're still not out of the woods yet. Crypto probably front ran a lot of that shit because ETH was down 5% every day for fucking weeks. I'm not sure how much more. Yeah, like 3K, 4K range, like is probably totally fine for ETH for now. We start getting 70s, mid 70s, high 70s, low 80s on Bitcoin. Saylor has a real fucking issue if price is that low when his money's due.
Yeah, I was saying March because for ETH, it's almost 6,400 contracts for 2,000, March 27, 2000.
Yeah, that's fucking nasty. But I think it's people locking in wins too, right? You have a lot of funds that are up. ETH is fucking flat on the year, basically. Everybody's fucking tired, and let's just put on some protection, pay some premiums, enjoy the holidays. It's holiday season in the US, I don't know, 2 weeks from now or something, and then
Yep.
come into Christmas and New Year's for majority of the world. People are taking profits. People forget that like funds run quarter to quarter, right? So, or year over year, and people are like, oh well, 1 year ago, in the middle of whatever, crypto's up. Yeah, sure, but year over year or year to date, it's not doing that well, especially year to date. And that's how these funds and allocators look at the markets. They're not looking at, oh, how did it perform, from year over year. They're more looking year to date stats. So if you can lock in some wins, hedge out some profits, do some tax loss harvesting, let it run, let it rip. I would say like I'm not sure you're going to get a generational entry, first second week of November going into the Santa rally. We had the rally, you chose not to sell it. I mean, Bitcoin 124, ETH was almost 5K, 4,800. That was just a long way from
Good times.
Yeah, remember those times, Denton?
Did you notice the Zcash to Monero rotation in the past few days?
There was some EU news that came out. I don't know the full story of it, but UK is trying to block transactions or max hold only 20K in stables.
Yeah.
I saw that a while back, yeah.
EU is trying to block like privacy coins or something, so that's probably why we got those privacy coin rips.
Mm-hmm.
Monero all-time high, right?
Yeah. No.
No? Up
it
there.
ripped to like higher than May this year, but it didn't reach the all-time high up there. 470. Zcash was like 700 something last stream we made.
Yeah, that was insane.
Now it's 590. XMR.
Yeah, it got fucking hit. We had the stream and then it got hit.
It was funny seeing like regular CT traders trying to figure out how to buy XMR and sharding it when I'm like so used to this trading this choppy range for like a long time now. You guys know we love XMR here.
Denton's favorite coin.
Out there, they don't understand why is it down. They don't understand the schizo price action.
Well, the fucking Zcash thing was wild because it ran up to 750, 760, and then it was down like 20% in one day.
XMR just has these days where it randomly just rips and then dumps within hours. Just unpredictable.
It also has to do with leverage, especially in the Zcash sense. Like everybody's longing the top on 20x leverage. It's probably not going to work out. And then you have a leverage flush, liquidations, and pushed way more than any other coin. Pushed to the downside. Nasty work, but it's still up.
Oh, bro, for sure. You're still up fucking, 2x just from the month, I think. Like, almost.
I mean, dude, Qs are up 2% today, dude, and we're over here holding our dicks in our hands, and ETH is red.
30th, look, under 300, October 30th. So you're up almost 2x from fucking 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks.
And it seems like the shutdown is
if it's not over, it's coming to an end. Senators have agreed to end it.
I think it's just a temporary thing to January or February through the holiday season. But yeah, the Senate passed it 60-40 or something, and then the House is going to take it. But I think they said like 36 hours or something to get everybody back to Washington to vote and get it through. I mean, the markets, TradFi is super easy to fucking trade. Bad news, it goes down. Good news, it goes up. Crypto, just down. But last Wednesday, I want to say that was the 5th, we started to have like this scare. We dipped into like 66.50s on Friday close. And, good news yesterday, today, and we're right back up where we were like pre-dump. I mean, if you look at, I'm looking at ES, like we're only not far, dude. 1.5% away from all-time highs, 1.5% down. We need like a solid 2% rally to get up into new all-time highs. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. On the other hand, crypto's getting fucking shreked.
A tale as old as time.
Mm-hmm. And fucking AI seems a little fragile, dude. you know, you have Sam get up there and belittle his investors, and you know, even though
Talk to me about
suppose
this. I briefly read on Twitter some hate memes about him doing that, but what happened? Was it
it's like a joke, right? He's not on the spectrum, he is the spectrum, right? So he doesn't know how to make like jokes that well, and
he has to learn
he
this, much like Zuckerberg.
he had to download it. He hasn't
Yeah,
downloaded it yet,
Zuckerberg had
and
to upload
they're on
memes
like
to
a
that.
they're on like a recorded. They could have edited this part out or whatever. I'm not sure if it was live, but I think it was pre-recorded, and they're on like a pod, and you know, he gets some pushback from one of his investors, like, oh, you know, what if you don't fill those shoes? You know, what if you don't hit those revenue marks? You know, you're doing, I don't know, 13 billion revenue or whatever. And then he just like cuts him off. And Sam cuts him off and is like, actually, we're doing way more revenue than that. We're going to hit all of our numbers. We're beating everything out of the fucking park. And if you want to sell your shares, I'll find you a buyer. And they're like, ha ha ha. And, you know, like, they fuck around. They know each other, right? It's like
Yeah.
boys fucking around making jokes. And crypto Twitter ran with it, and you know, TradFi News ran with it, and took it as like, oh my god, what if they actually don't fill these shoes? Which is true, is a good concerning question, you know. But more Sam's answer was more like, you could look at it like a joke, but also like, oh my god, this guy's the fucking antichrist, right? So the market ran with that negative perception, and Shrek, you know, got absolutely nuked last week. Just shows how fragile, like, you know, one interview or one pod or one sentence can, you know, topple. I don't know how much was lost in market cap, but
One
tens of
tweet,
billions probably. Yeah, one tweet can
one tweet could
change the
cost
world.
$3 million. You know. Do you see?
More than that, dude.
You see that
Yeah.
happen with ICO Beast? He lost.
ICO Beast
$3
has no
million.
ICOs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You wanna cover that? That was wild.
ICO Beast removed from the ICO.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was just kind of flaunting his allocation and talking about how large it was and that he needed to find a place to hedge. And doing that is explicitly against the terms of service. It's an unalignment. It's an action of misalignment, and so they are refunding him his max allo, and they are going to distribute his holdings to other people who were in the sale.
Yeah, sure. You could have just asked him to take down the fucking tweet, you know.
We know that a lot of other people are gonna just do it anyway without saying it, though.
Here's my thing.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I mean, I do a little bit, but I still don't get like why sacrifice any integrity like you have as a project to work with people that are questionable. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
dude.
I don't know when. I don't like when did people start thinking ICO Beast wasn't just like a paid show?
Or the other guy.
I'm trying. Like he made a lot of money on. I'm trying to think which airdrop it was, but he got a bunch of money from one of the airdrops, and then got hired by Kalshi, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, like I just heard, I would see all these projects like working with ICO Beast, and I'm like, his name is literally like telling you that he's a scammer.
Yeah, it's like
He's
a
a
negative.
scammer.
It's
He's
like
a
a negative
KOL.
to have them shill it. I don't. And then people are saying every single KOL is the same, and it's like that's just not true. Like some people do not shill like microcap Solana coins and then dump on you. Like some people just don't do
I've
that.
never showed a microcap.
Yeah, like
on your head.
and meanwhile, this other guy that I won't name has done that.
Well, dude, there's whole other subsections of crypto Twitter. I mean, we covered a lot, but like that, we have no idea who these people are.
Yeah,
Like, you know, we saw the KOL awards. Never heard one of those fucking people. You know, there's some guy in Dubai we've never heard of. You know, there's tons and tons of people and subsections. You know, what Weka was telling me, our newsletter is like there was 500 people from Indonesia. Like, somebody must have shilled the newsletter or Cayenne Twitter in some, group chat that we've never heard of or a part of. The trenches, dude, the real trenches.
The real trenches are where Axie thrives.
Dude, remember Axie Infinity? They were farming with thousands of phones on the walls. It's insane.
Farming with thousands of humans on island countries.
So good. So good.
Let's see what else is going on.
Well,
follow-
Kalshi means everything, dude, in Arabic. And I asked my Muslim brother, dude, who's a devout Muslim, 100%. And he was like, people are losing their faith over money, but they're not supposed to be gambling. And prediction markets are gambling. And Kalshi's created by this Brazilian chick and some other guy from MIT. They were at MIT and created it. And it's like, come on, guys, you couldn't think of any other fucking name. It could have been everything in Spanish or, any other language, but you had to pick it.
I was
Arabic?
saying how maybe they're Christian Arabs.
Does it have any other
Mm.
meaning in any other language?
No.
Maybe in
You know.
Japanese. Maybe in
Yeah,
Japanese.
like we're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but like no. could
Kalshi
have
sounds
named it.
like a type of food like couscous.
Would eat Kalshi if I
Yeah,
could.
would 10 of 10 eat Kalshi?
Yeah. Just I thought that was funny that the people should know that one. That was a good one.
What's going on with Athena, Marty? I don't know if you saw this, but there's they're down not per token price, but supply. They're down 40% ish.
The stablecoin?
Yeah.
USDE. Well, they were running a bunch of, I don't know the exact, but they were running a bunch of promos with
Oh, tons of different protocols.
yeah, different protocols like, I don't know if they were subsidizing or whatever, boosting, I don't want to use the word subsidize, but boosting percentages, APY percentages, and all of those kind of dwindled out. Like it used to be 15%, and then it was 15% on only $4,000, and then it was 8%, and then it just became just didn't work out. They're still in the billions, right? They're still
yeah. There's
a
still
few billions
8
in
point
supply.
something billion.
Yeah. But it was a hype. I mean, it was kind of like Avo. Remember when everybody was talking about Avo and Ribbon? The mind share just went away. Pendle and Athena was the next greatest thing, was the next fucking Charlie Munger and Buffett. And, haven't heard that name in a while.
People
I
still
hear
love
there's this
Pendle.
blue thing people are going to start talking about.
I did too.
Yeah,
I was showing it earlier on the screen,
my body's ready.
basking in its beauty. I have a really wide screen, so it might look kind of funny though.
Extra wide.
Extra wide.
Crystals.
Pull up
Little crystals.
Pull up the ETH or the Bitcoin chart, the ETH chart. See if we can get a little TA on this, dude. 100K support. Lose 100K, lights out. Turn the power off.
Lose 98K. That's the support.
Lose 98. Lose
Evan
98.
Crypto told
lights
me.
out.
Yeah. Evan Crypto told me.
So 98K. I mean, it's not that far away. We had a great run, dude.
I don't
If
know,
you zoom
bro.
out, we had a good run.
This doesn't look like something that just starts falling down from here. I'm feeling like we get another push. We either have to come up here or come up here.
Oh, you can't just go down. You have to liquidate everybody on the way up, all the shorters, and then you have to go down. That's the Wintermute playbook, dude.
Max Payne is here.
Oh yeah. No, but nobody's ready. Bitcoin 130, alts down 20% from here. Nobody's ready for that. Dude, I like how CT just shits on Wintermute, and now the CEOs on Twitter like these aren't even our wallets. Like some guy, I think you said it. Like, stop giving these fucking people, time on the timeline. Like engagement, it's the most engagement that they're ever going to get. But some
Yeah.
guy wrote like a whole thread, like how Wintermute manipulates Polymarket, and tracking some random wallets, and he's like, this isn't even us, dude. Like, stop
Yeah,
fucking
like
replying to those
I
kinds of people.
literally only respond to people if like it's going to bring me some type of entertainment. It's a friend. It's like a legitimate question about something I'm doing that deserves a public response, or I feel like is beneficial to respond publicly, or I don't know if there's anything else. I'm trying to give 5 reasons, and I have 4.
I got
So
3. Yeah, I
I
got 3.
respond if I got questions for Grok. That's when I respond.
Dude, Grok is blowing it lately. All the AIs are blowing it. I'm on after discovering Quen from last week. I've been on a Quen hype, dude.
yeah, have you been using it?
Yeah, I'm not a DK level prompter, but when I prompted like dumb prompts, it handles it very well. And it's all open source, and anybody can verify or use it. It's what OpenAI aspires to be.
I need to
Quen.
download some of these onto my studio. I'm trying to think what this has in it, but it was the last model Mac Studios fully maxed out, and these things have like
A neural
decent
network,
sized
right?
neural network inside
Yeah,
of them. Yeah,
yeah.
specifically for optimizing, running these LMs and different AI tools and tasks.
Yep.
So I want to start putting some stuff on here and playing with it a bit more.
Dude, you
My
might
buddy
need to
does
get a
it on
second one, dude. There might be some fucking malware on some of these, You never know where they're
Yeah,
sending info back.
I'll buy a Mac Mini
Yeah.
to run it on that.
I follow this guy, I'm terrible at names, but he connected like, 24 Mac Minis together, using fucking all the USB-C cables, and made like a mini, quote supercomputer with a
Mark
bunch of Mac
Wilcox.
Minis. Yep. For running LLMs locally. But when are we going to see you got the glasses. How do you like the glasses?
Oh, they're a game changer, dude. I am totally like on the side of wearables are the future.
Oh yeah, for sure. You just buy the tech and wear it instead of getting a chip implanted in your head.
Yeah.
And $300. They're $300, and they're great. I tested them in the store the other day. They're amazing. The thing with me is I have the prescription, so either I need to start wearing contacts, or I don't know if they do a prescription one. Order in a prescription.
Let me see. I'm trying to pull up. All right, so they allow you to put in your own lenses. It's super easy to do. All right, so 2 things. We'll go down this rabbit hole conversation. So once you do you use AirPods or anything right now?
Yep.
Okay. Once you use you don't have to get, maybe you get Xiaomi or some other shit, but once you use the AI, not AR, but AI glasses, you will never wear headphones again. Like ever. It is like, it's the craziest. All right, maybe trying to think of like an
What
instance
about
where you would.
over-ear headphones?
I don't see
No,
why
I stopped wearing over-ear headphones a
No.
long time ago.
Yeah, so did I. Unless I'm at my desktop. Like right now, I have over ear headphones, but it's because it's like everything's all tucked in.
Or on the plane, right? I need those Bose's on the fucking plane.
Even on the plane, like I have granted, I haven't flown since I got these yet, but even on the plane, I think that I would rather have the glasses on because they're transition lenses. So if you're in the plane and it's, you're not in any direct sunlight, they're going to be clear for you so you can see everything just fine. You can hear it's like this weird cross between being background noise and like being, if you're at max volume, being loud enough at that point to where the person directly next to you would hear that there's some type of sound or music coming from there. Um, so they have a pretty like wide volume spectrum, but the productivity that you get from having your hands and not having to and being able to hear, not having to take headphones out or like pick up a phone and move out of your app, swipe to a control center to pause your music or pause your video to then take a call or some other shit or talk to someone, talk to the stewardess. Like with these, everything is just like tapping if you need to tap or swiping if you're turning something down. Uh, you don't have to speak loudly to give it commands. You can make it so that it's always on, but I don't like to have that turned on. But you can have it so it's always on. So just like as you're talking, you don't have to invoke any actions. You just literally talk to it. And it wasn't until I was doing like some shit outside with it. I was doing like putting out mulch and shit, and I got a phone call, and I was wearing them just to like listen to music and not worry about my headphones falling out while I was doing that. And I get a phone call, and I just say answer the call, answers the call for me. I like have the conversation, and then it ends, and it turns my music back on. And like I didn't have to take my gloves off. I didn't have to, take my sweaty ass hand and fucking now use my phone or anything. It was just like the most seamless experience of like that is underrated and you wouldn't even think is like a selling point or a selling or a reason to buy something. But at that moment, I was like, holy fuck, these things are the future. Like, if I wanted to talk to it and ask it questions, I could have it on that mode and I could be doing that. But like, I don't want to use it for that right now. I just want to use it for music and phone calls and reading my messages if I need to.
Dude, I'm
And
I'm
didn't
pricing it
realize
out
it.
right now, dude. The
I didn't realize how good it
transition
is.
with prescription.
yeah,
Transition with prescription. Just the
well,
lens is 333.
you just think when you're traveling, like never having to being able to put your phone in your backpack or like your wife's purse or something and not ever having to take it out because have it bulging in your pocket or fucking something like that. Like you don't have to worry about it, you know, falling off your lap because you can just have it thrown away and everything you need to do is communicated through your glasses to you. And now I haven't tried um I saw a comment, but
You see the Oakleys?
good.
They did
Okay.
a new one with the sport
Yeah,
version.
yeah. So I'll tell you this. So the Oakleys, the only difference between the original Ray-Ban, because now there's a new version of them, but the original Ray-Bans and the Oakleys, the only difference between the two is the Oakleys have slightly better battery life. Now the Ray-Bans will last you like 4 hours of just like having them on and interacting with them and shit. If you're not using the always on mode, like
Mm.
if you use it so that you have to invoke the AI, which the AI is dumber if you don't have it always on because of the way that it's processing. Like it just if you ask it a question, it will take a picture and then it will process the image and then it'll give you a response like based on that image and what it can like search on the internet about things that come up related to looking like that image. But if it's always on, it's processing in real time the environment, the place that it's at, things like that, so that when you ask it a question, it has a pretty good understanding of the thing that you're actually looking at. So the responses are much more accurate and they're more fluid because like they're that version of the AI um, will converse with you and answer you in I don't know, like a normal in a normal back and forth, so it doesn't seem so odd. But it's also like it's super sensitive like to your voice. So if you don't have to be like, hey Meta, and be all loud about it. You can literally just like very quietly be like, hey Meta, call, the
like a
extented.
secret agent.
Yeah, you can speak very quietly and it will call. So back to it, like the only difference is battery life, and it charges super quick in its case. And so like the battery life wasn't like a big sell point to me. I wanted the one that looked the best between the Oakley and the Ray-Bans. So I went Ray-Ban. And
Yep.
but what I'm pissed about is I bought them and then now it's like, not even 6 months later, they released two new versions, and the Gen 2 is literally the same as the Gen 1, except it has double the battery life, which it's not enough to make me just go out and buy them, but it would have been so nice to like not have to worry about, okay, I'm out at, an amusement park for the day or something, and now I've got to take my glasses off halfway through the day, stick it in the charger for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes before I can take it out and use it again for another few hours. Like you don't want to have that interruption, in use. But yeah, it's not a deal breaker. And then the other version is one that has a screen in the lens, and those ones are pretty fucking sick. Like I'm contemplating getting those. They're called Meta Display. Let me look them up. I'll pull them up so you can see these. Because if you're thinking about getting some, you should definitely check these out. I would go between the Gen 2 or these displays. And see, there's like a little display in here where you can do like picture-in-picture calling, and as when you ask Hey Meta things, it pops up.
How much is that one?
I think these are like 800 US.
I got the AirPod Pros, but I didn't try the translation feature yet.
So I heard that it's actually really cool. My
Yeah, I gotta try it.
niece got those. Yeah.
But it only has like a few languages, like French, Italian, German, or something.
So here's the other thing about these.
Oh,
when
that
they
one's
come
dope,
with
dude.
this
They're just a
wristband,
little chubby.
yeah, they're a little bit thicker than the other versions.
But that's the first iteration of
check that
this one,
out.
right? Like give it two iterations, they're gonna be back in the fucking looks fine.
So it has like the live translation. But the cool thing about these that I think it will be like super overlooked is this right here, what they're doing right there. Like because you're wearing this wristband to like understand your gestures, so you don't have to be tapping your glasses to double tap and hold and swipes. Um, Everything can just be done kind of like naturally at your hip, and inconspicuously, but you can also just like, text and type by just writing shit out. And that I think is pretty cool. So there are these, and then the other side of the glasses tech that is pretty cool to me right now are these like VR, AR, like self-display or large display type glasses. And there's two brands right now that are like really, really kind of the leaders there. And one is called X Real, and the other one's called Vitru or Vitur, I think it is actually. Let me pull these up. Because if you haven't seen this shit, these things are fucking sick. But it's like they're super niche, and oh, where'd she go? There we go. All right, so the professor just got a pair of these. There we go.
Those ones look nice. They look
Yeah,
more
so
organic.
They don't have these ones out yet. These are the ones that they have now.
Cool.
X-Real 1 Pros. And
Wait, is this different from? Is this different
these
company?
are not. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is called X-Real, this company, and these are like AR glasses. And it's not something I was really paying attention to until a few weeks ago when Tolga put me onto it. He was like, "Yo, you gotta." We were talking about wearables, he was like, "Have you seen any of the new AR things that are out?" He's like, "I'm thinking about getting a pair of X Reels for my birthday," and yeah, so it won a bunch of awards: Time Best Inventions of 2025. Gold winner, X1 Spatial Computing Chip, Edison Awards gold winner. And then this one's some BS one, Fast Company, most innovative companies. But they are pretty crazy. Like what they do essentially is they like project a giant screen in front of you. Here we go. Enhanced optics, incredible clarity. So 171 inches is what it is, how large the screen can appear to be. 57-degree FOV, so it completely engulfs your vision, right? Like there's no more seeing like the little light out of the side. You see a full screen, just like this when you're looking through them. And yeah, they're equipped with Sony micro OLED displays, little micro like 0.55 inch micro displays inside of them, and you can watch movies, play. They're most designed for like people who work from home and gamers, like mobile gamers, people that play on Steam Decks and little Asus like ROG things, all those kind of machines.
How much are these ones? The pre-order.
I don't know about the. I'll look at the Ultra in a second. So you can kind of see like how you can just see all that kind of shit. So they're big. They're big because of their self-developed spatial computing chip. Like when you wear them out, just shake free, distortion free, and they get like great reviews. Everything I've seen on them, Bose audio baked into them.
Need that Bose. Tony came out with a good
So here you go, Marty. Here's the prices of them.
good little clip. Let me see.
The
Oh, yeah, same
Ultra
price.
is 700.
Yeah, that's fine. If it was like 12, 1300, yeah, sure. But 6, 7, sure. People got that. No, but that's the future. These are the first iterations. If we give it, I don't know, 2 years, like 2 different new iterations, you probably won't even know.
All right, so that one is more geared towards, like I said, like people who are like, work from home, traveling on work to be your second screen.
I gotta run, boys.
Peace.
Sorry.
Later.
Bye bye.
These ones are like designed for gamers, pretty much. Like, and they have tons of plugins, a little app store of different things you can add to them, and they're cheaper. My buddy said you can think of them more like a beta, like where they're doing a lot of really cool stuff and trying to like push the limits of in-device apps that are available and accessible to you, whereas the other one is like for people who are a bit more set in like what they're doing. Like, I just want this to use as a mobile workstation. I just want to use this as a TV.
We got a question. Are you using the glasses with prescription lenses or normal lenses?
I'm using them with normal lenses. Yeah, I have the normal transition ones.
I'll get the prescription transitions and I'll update. Probably takes 2 weeks.
I'm telling you, dude, it's gonna be you'll never wear your fucking AirPods again. Game over.
No, if you
bud.
can just jump on a call, beep, done. I'm actually having lots of problems with AirPods and having multiple devices. It doesn't know which one to connect. Like, to make sure when we're live on this stream, I take it off of my phone, and then if I end up using my phone, or if my phone gets a call or something, the AirPod comes over to the phone and then cuts the call, and then rugs the fucking stream. So I'm looking for alternatives.
Oof. Get a pair of over-ear
Little
headphones
metas.
for your laptop / PC that you can just grab and plug in. And then get a pair of Meta glasses for everything else.
I have the Bose. The Bose are really nice. I love the
Oh, there you
Bose.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bose always work. The Bose with the switch though, the switch on and off. The Bose Ultra are absolutely fucking nightmare to try to turn on, and in like a pinch, oh, jump on this call, get on. Like, there's buttons, you have to hold it for 3 seconds. It just doesn't work. The one with the switch always works. I got both pairs, but the one with the switch, it's fucking on or it's off, is much easier than trying to press a button and finagle a button to hold for 3 seconds, turn on and off.
The old
We have any alpha for this week for release? Do we want to share public?
on Wednesday stream. I'll have some news.
All
to
right,
share.
my body's ready.
Oh, sweet. Delphi, let's pull this up real quick. We got a breaking news here from Delphi.
Delphi's. You still got the glasses, so pull it up. Tell Meta, hey, swap it.
Swap now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Kind is closing the gap between on-chain options and institutional kind is this platform, combining options and perps with unified margin. They use a cloud that enables robust matching and low latency execution. The platform includes features for professional traders such as advanced order types, fill or kill, IOC, real-time order books, and an RFQ module that connects you privately with professional market makers. One key feature kind enables combo trades. You can execute multi-leg strategies such as call spreads or straddles as one transaction. They also integrate perps alongside options under unified margins so you can delta hedge or use leverage with your strategy. With portfolio margin, all positions are assessed based on net portfolio exposure. This means higher leverage or hedge positions and less liquidation risk from isolated moves. Their system uses multiple market scenarios to compute the worst case P&L. When liquidations do happen, Kyan performs partial liquidations to preserve your capital instead of wiping out your positions instantly. Sub-accounts let you run multiple strategies with zero cross risk. Each has independent margin requirements segmented by asset, so a BTC margin call can't enter ETH positions. You can also offset short position. You can also offset short options with inverse perp positions on the same asset. On-chain options are just getting started with Cayenne. So one thing I will add is on the liquidations, like we talked about it before. I think it was on this call even that um, there are instances where you won't get liquidated whatsoever because prior to any liquidation occurring, the system looks to hedge the account. So we'll look to hedge the risk. If it can hedge the risk, it will do that, and a user could get their account back with all positions still intact in some instances. So
You just lose fees on the perp. So if you're short a bunch of contracts, I don't know, you're short a bunch of calls, price goes up, you're getting squeezed, you're about to hit liquidation. I don't know, it's 3 a.m, you're asleep. Cayenne will take over the account, put on delta hedges, which should balance out your account, especially if price comes back down. you'll be somewhat flat, or if price just stays. But if price keeps going against you, and they can only keep delta hedging so much, then you'll start to get partially liquidated. But you have that initial backstop, and a lot of time it could take your account from 100% maintenance margin down to 40 or even less sometimes, depending on your account size, which trades you have on, and how much you're delta hedging. It can bring it down significantly. You could wake up the next morning and, okay, cool, just close the delta hedge and unwind the positions, or keep it on if you want and keep collecting theta if you're short those calls. But I think that's the biggest part of it. You're not just going to be fully liquidated. Okay, cool, price hit 99K or whatever, 105K, bink, you're done, 100%, lose it all. No, that's not how it's set up.
Exciting times.
My
I'll
body's
have,
ready.
My body is ready. We'll talk about it more on Wednesday. See you all back then.
Later.
Adios, amigos.